Scott, you're from the above, right?
From up there? Yeah, why?
What's it like?
Is it like heaven?
Tell us about it!
What, up on the surface? Well, there is all kinds of cool stuff. There's twisty slides, there's ice cream, there's candy.
Stores?
Yeah.
Strip malls?
Well, yeah.
Business loans?
Sure, yeah.
Ooh, stock options.
Only if you've been full-time with the company for 5 years.
Crippling anxiety.
Oh, yeah, there's a whole lot of that.
Oh, that sounds like fun. I want to go.
Me too.
Well, alright. Yeah, if I ever get us out of here, I'll bring you little ragamuffins up to the surface with me.
Yay!
Is it true about the anxiety, though?
Oh, yeah, a whole bunch.
There's Xanax. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Any luck finding a way out?
No, nothing.
You check the emergency exits?
Yeah, they're all sealed up.
The air vents?
They're no wider than 6 inches.
Elevator shafts?
He cut the cables.
A teleporter?
No, the pattern buffer shot.
Ugh, rocket launcher.
He took the firing pin.
The sewers?
No, that weird cult lives down there.
Oh, right.
We could escape by journeying deep within ourselves.
Oh, way too much existential dread. You could try the super fun time escape slide. It goes to the world's largest ball pit. Oh, that could work. Where's that? What? No, it's not a thing.
But you just said...
I know. I made it up. Whoa. Hold up.
You offered us a solution that wasn't real?
Yes.
How dare you?
We are trying to be serious here.
And you just come in here with all these lies? We don't want to hear it.
We can barely even look at you.
Go to your room and think about what you did.
But no excuses.
We're not mad.
We're just disappointed.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll go. Oh, and open the access hatch before you do. Right. Yes, of course. I'll just... Wait a moment.
Damn!
Oh, man.
Almost
So
had him.
close.
Valiant effort all around, but all CERN scientists are trained in guilt techniques by a triad of Catholic, Jewish, and Asian mothers. Now then, don't you think your parents would be disappointed if they saw you acting this way? Nice try, Doc.
We don't have parents.
And I pursued a career in the arts. My parents are already disappointed in me. Oh, the arts! So when are you going to get a real job?
Ouch.
My soul. Now then, it's time for this week's film. I've noticed you all developing some rather crude habits as of late, and frankly, I think it's time we put a stop to that. So watch closely, take a few notes, and try to learn something, eh?
That music is absurdly happy.
This must be a fun one.
Yeah, responsibility? Oh no, we've been tricked!
Oh, man. Wait, Dr. PH?
Is he balanced well?
What does New York know about manners?
Just before lunch one day, a puppet show was put on at school.
And everyone was
It
terrified.
called Mr. Bungle Goes to Lunch.
Mr. Bungle, that's an 80s metal band.
It was fun to watch.
We are having
fun.
In the puppet show, Mr. Bungle came to the boys' room on his way to lunch.
Where they were smoking.
He looked at his hands. His hands were dirty,
You know, I appreciate
And
a
his
puppet
hair
that
was
doesn't
messy.
hide that it's evil.
but Mr. Bungle didn't stop to wash his hands or comb his hair. He went right to lunch.
I don't
Why is that
understand.
funny?
Sure.
Then, instead of getting into line at the lunchroom,
Screw you.
Mr.
Screw
Bungle
you.
pushed everyone
Screw
aside
you.
and went right
Screw
to the
you in
front.
particular!
Even though this made the children laugh,
They were already
no
dead
one thought
inside.
that was a fair thing to do.
Yeah, well,
Then, in the
screw
lunchroom,
you and
Mr. Bungle was so
screw you
clumsy
too,
and
and-
impolite that he
Yeah.
knocked over everything, and no one wanted
Yeah.
to sit next to him.
you know what?
And when he finally knocked his
Screw
own
me
tray
too.
off the table, that was the end of the puppet show.
Mr. Bungle died.
The children knew that even though Mr. Bungle
This is a
was funny
very
to watch,
Aryan-looking
he wouldn't be
classroom.
much fun to eat with. Phil
I
knew
clap
that
only
Mr.
for the
Bungle
Führer.
wouldn't have many friends. He wouldn't want to be like Mr. Bungle.
What's wrong with Mike Patton?
Later, Miss Brown said it was time for the children who ate in the cafeteria to go to lunch.
Well, where do the other kids
She
eat?
hoped there weren't any Mr. Bungles in this room.
Alright, come on, get out. I've only got 30 minutes to drink this bottle of wine I snuck in, you little rats. You're asking questions.
Phil stopped to return a book to Miss Brown while
Here
his
is your
friends went
copy
on
of
to the
Mein
lunchroom.
Kampf.
The
He
Führer
would have to
approves.
catch up with them later. On his way to catch up with his friends, Phil almost walked past the boys' room.
If by
but he
past you mean
stopped
directly
and
to
thought,
it.
Were his hands clean?
You can never wash the
No,
sin away.
They were a little dirty. Phil remembered that Mr. Bungle didn't wash his hands.
Whose hands are these?
Mr. Bungle's hair was messy, too. Phil didn't want to be like Mr. Bungle. Inside the boys' room,
They were smoking.
Phil was surprised to see some of his friends washing their hands,
Guten
too.
Tag, Hans.
Phil washed his hands well, with lots of soap.
Hey,
Whoa,
no,
whoa,
you're
whoa,
good.
hey,
That's
You're good.
enough.
Phil,
You're a little
Phil,
excited there.
Phil,
Calm
you're
down.
good.
Jeez.
Then he rinsed the soap off.
He washes his hands.
Will I see you
Phil
at
dried
youth
his
meeting
hands
later?
well, too. When he was finished, he threw the paper towel in the basket where it belonged.
The
And
rest
then
is
he
the
made
filth.
sure that his hair looked neat.
What hair? You're like tiny little skinheads.
Now, Phil and his friends were ready for lunch.
Now is the time on Sprockets where we lunch.
After you, after you, after you.
And me.
Still walking.
There was a line of children waiting to get into the lunchroom when Phil got there. He saw some boys he knew
Yeah,
at
I've
the
seen
front of
Kyle.
the
Seen
line.
Kyle.
They waved for him to go up to the front with them. But Phil didn't want to break into line as
Führer
Mr.
disapproves.
Bungle did. So Phil went to the end. That was the fair thing to do.
Not happy about it,
He would
though.
see his other friends inside the lunchroom.
What friends?
The line moved very fast.
Well, hey,
and
where'd those
soon
other
Phil
kids
was
come from?
inside. First he picked up his tray.
Move, Betsy!
There's a buildup on I-55.
Go!
Then he got his silverware.
Yeah, make sure we see all of it.
Yeah, every last
He
piece.
put his knife, fork, and spoon neatly on the tray.
They're
They're allowed metal utensils?
Then he slid his
This
tray
isn't
along.
prison.
It's school. It's the same thing.
He always enjoyed looking at the good food in the cafeteria.
What, that
It
one
tasted
sad
good
burger
and
sitting
was good
there?
for him, too. Instead of having a sandwich today,
I will have the blood of the
Phil
innocents.
decided to take the hot lunch.
Ah, hot blood.
Phil took some bread and butter, too. And he knew what else he wanted.
Betsy.
Milk. But Alice took the last carton on the tray.
I noticed there's no juice
Maybe
today.
there was more milk. So he said,
Keine
May I
bitte
please
etwas
have some
Milk
milk?
haben?
Phil remembered to say, may I, and please. That was very polite.
It made the Führer happy.
Yes, there was more milk.
Milk.
Milk. Milk.
Phil remembered to say, thank you, when he took the carton of milk. Phil had good manners. He didn't want to be like Mr. Bungle in the lunchroom. Phil didn't want to forget his dessert. The cake.
Oh my
Oh my
god!
god!
That's massive.
I want to go to lunch.
At the end of the
was
line, the lunchroom
Einsatzgruppen.
supervisor said she had noticed how polite Phil was, and she smiled at
The
him.
Führer approves.
She wouldn't smile at a Mr. Bungle.
The Führer disapproves.
Phil went to the table where his friends were.
Not many friends.
He put his tray down carefully,
Yeah, I don't want to drop that cake.
pulled out his chair quietly, and sat down. He knew his friends wouldn't like a
Hey, do you
noisy
guys hear
Mr.
those
Bungle
voices
at
too?
their table. There was someone Phil liked, Freddie.
Hi,
Hi,
He
Freddie.
always brought his lunch from home.
Because
It
Freddie
looked
was
good.
poor.
Freddie had a sandwich, an apple, a cookie, and milk.
And crippling self-work as he compared his lunch to others.
Before Phil began to eat, he always put a napkin on his lap. So did Freddie.
Is this his
Everyone
first time
liked
eating?
Probably.
He was very polite. For example, if he had food in his mouth when someone
then-
talked
and
to
then I was
him,
outside and there was
he
a flower,
always took
and I saw
time
the
to
flower.
take
Are you
a
still
bite
here?
with his mouth closed and swallow before he answered. Phil noticed how straight and tall Freddie usually sat.
Yay, did.
Freddie kept his feet on the floor, too.
No, he kept them in his shoes.
Phil would rather be like Freddie than like Mr. Bungle.
I like Freddie.
Another polite person everyone liked was Alice.
She didn't live here anymore.
For example, when Alice sneezed, she
Gesundheit.
covered her mouth
I'll
and
save
nose.
that for later.
This protected her friends at the table from any
We'll
germs.
protect from cooties.
While Phil and his friends ate, a boy ran past their
A
table.
boy?
You shouldn't run in the lunchroom. Only Mr. Bungle would
I
do
need my
that.
insulin, my diabetes.
Phil and his friends wouldn't like to have a Mr. Bungle at their table. Then lunchtime wouldn't be as much fun as it is.
Yes, behold the
so
party
much
that we're
fun.
having.
Slowly and enjoyed his lunch. Finally, he had eaten everything except his dessert.
What? Hey, that cake got
He
smaller.
saved his cake.
The cake
for
is a
last.
lie.
Only a Mr. Bungle would eat his dessert before he'd finished the rest of his lunch.
But it's jam and chocolate.
And Phil wasn't a Mr. Bungle.
Seriously, what do they have
The
against
cake
my
was
pet?
good. Phil drank his milk carefully.
Yeah.
Some children are
Just like a
messy,
real
Like a
human.
genuine human.
but not Phil. As each of Phil's friends finished, they didn't leave the table, but waited for all the others to finish eating too.
The unit must move as one.
Phil was the last one
He
done.
will be the first to
He
die.
wiped his mouth and hands carefully with his napkin.
Hey, it's nighttime outside.
How
Then he
long
cleaned
was he
the table where he
eating?
sat. He didn't want to leave his place at the table dirty. Everyone at the table cleaned his own place well.
The Fjord approves.
But look at that table. It was left very messy.
The Fjord disapproves.
Phil thought a Mr. Bungle must have sat there.
Phil took that puppet show a little too seriously.
But Phil
Is everything
didn't
okay at
want
home,
to
Phil?
be like
Do you
Mr.
need to talk?
Bungle.
Show me on the
So
puppet
he
where
put
they
his
hurt
chair
you.
neatly into place. And his table looked fine. Not a piece of paper or scrap of food was left on it.
No evidence of their crimes. Take only pictures, leave only footprints.
No Mr. Bungle sat here. Phil's friends were careful to put their waste papers and empty milk cartons where they belonged. In this way, they
Why are they
helped
saving
keep
the
the
milk
lunchroom
cartons?
clean.
Don't think about it.
Phil was certain that Mr. Bungle wouldn't put his
they
paper in the
reuse them?
wastebasket.
Don't think about
His
it.
empty carton on the milk tray. Mr.
But-
Bungle
but
probably
would
wouldn't
it-
bother
is
to
that
put
why
his
that
lunch
lady
tray
looks
in the
so
right
freaked
place
out?
either. But Phil and his friends
You
did.
don't think?
She refills them?
Lunch
all
was
her
good
milk.
today. And then
Oh.
Miss Bungle told Phil and his friends how proud she was of them.
The
They
Fjord
had left their
approves.
table the neatest in the lunchroom. No one here was a Mr. Bungle, and no one wanted to be.
an hour of outside time.
Are you like Mr. Bungle?
Where's my ex-wife?
Bungle
I
is
need to
ashamed
tell her I
because he
love
spoils
her.
lunchtime.
I miss her so much.
Don't be like Mr. Bungle.
Okay, but
Have
seriously,
good
what do they have
lunchtime
against my
manners,
pet?
and lunch will be more
Like-
fun for everyone.
No, but really, he's a classically trained opera singer.
Voice actor.
He's a voice actor. I mean, all of the songs that he's done, all the bands he's been in, and all the top hits he's had.
Yeah, it's a
He's-
good guy.
He writes everything. He's amazing. What is wrong with these people?
Hey guys, it's game night. What game do we want to play?
We don't have any games.
Not a single checker or domino.
That's okay. We can play one of my favorite games. It's called The King's Speech.
What's that?
Well, it's really simple. One of us starts with a line from a famous speech, and then we all take turns adding different lines from different famous speeches.
Oh, I get it. I'll start. Now is the winter of our discontent made glorious summer by the son of York.
Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation, so conceived or so dedicated can just stand.
The evil that men do is oft buried with them. Their good deeds live on. So let it be with Caesar.
Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
You know what the chain of command is? It's the chain I go get to beat you with until you understand who's in rotten charge here.
In the name of the moon, I will punish you!
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria!
Ich bin ein Berliner!
Up there, it's their time. But down here, guys, it's our time. It's our time down here. And that's all over the minute we ride up Troy's bucket. Are you all quite finished? Yeah, probably think so, yeah. Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah.
Good. And you misquoted the Julius Caesar one. Doesn't matter. I see you all have too much time on your hands, which means more experiments.
Aw, man! Stupid game!
God bless us, everyone.
No, we're done now. This next test will show us exactly what you've learned about your manners. If you do well, you can have your cake and eat it too. Alright, let's see what he sent this time. Looks like we've got cake. Oh. What's this? Milk. Huh.
Okay, where's the twist?
Nothing's happening. He's just eating.
And he looks like he's enjoying it.
He's not supposed to. We're not supposed to enjoy these. Why does he get to enjoy it?
I don't even understand. Like, we can't.
We can't even eat this stuff. Why?
What is he doing?
That's not how. Is that how you do that?
Wow, that was
Okay, he was
weird.
thirsty.
Okie dokie. Guess that delicious cake is making him thirsty.
The delicious cake that,
Neither one of us can eat.
it'd be nice.
Looks like it might be pretty good. It's. Who is he?
What's
Who's? Ew.
Okay.
Oh God! What is he?
Dear Lord.
Oh, but
Hey!
but
What?
look at those crumbs
And there's milk all over the table.
and the neck and this spork.
Oh!
Oh my! You know what?
What?
We've got a bungler.
We've been bungled!
Oh!
Get back here and clean up after yourself!
Young man, have we taught you nothing?
Guys, why am I dressed like this?
Puppets don't talk.
Places.
Why are my hands taped together?
Shush! Mr. Bungle woke up one day ready and raring to go.
He had a big day ahead of him and took the time to get ready.
Mr. Bungle started by brushing his teeth.
Okay.
Good.
After brushing his teeth, he washed his face.
Puppets don't talk. Mime it. He then went downstairs where a large glass of orange juice awaited him.
Do I have to?
Puppets don't talk.
Okay.
After drinking it down, Mr. Bungle realized he needed a shave
So he grabbed his trusty straight razor.
and dove right in.
No, done. Not playing
No,
anymore,
but
guys.
my puppet show, my vision!
No, I don't care. Visualize something else. I'm done.
Well, actors.
How rude.
What do you really hope to accomplish with all of this? Oh, and what is this? These shenanigans, this chicanery, it's unprofessional. Well, I got news for you, Doc. You're the unprofessional one. Me? Look at yourself. Look at what you're doing. Did you ever stop to think for even just a second about what was really going on? About the damage you were causing? The people you were hurting, and not just us either. What are they going to do with your research? Do you know? I mean, I'm sure you think you know, but do you actually really? What happens when you go home at night? Do you think that, oh, this is over, so I don't have to worry about it at all? Or do you actually stop and think about the consequences of what you've done? I mean, at the end of the day, how do you sleep at night? Do you go home and just take off that coat, and when you hang up the coat, you hang up everything else? Or does it even get to you just a little bit? Do you have any idea what you've done, what you're doing? How do you even look at yourself? You guys!
Well done!
Bravo!
You guys. Oh, that does it! You've...
Dr. Leslie, report to my office. Now.
Oh. Oh dear.
Who was that voice?
I don't know. Sound like his boss, I guess. I think we got him in trouble.
Good.